Hello, I'm Stuart Bloor. It's first light, the rods are just out, winter carping, mild conditions, window of opportunity, and I'm confident. Let's see how the day goes. You can see my rods there just to the side of me. I'm fishing two corn-shaped boilies popped up on the one rod, and I'm fishing a 14mm boilie on the other. I will go into my bait approach and the reasons why I've chosen those particular baits in more detail in the article that accompanies the video, so read that. But the corn-shaped boilies, I've been getting lots of little plucks on them. The 14mm so far, nothing at all on that rod, but just in the few minutes that I've been fishing, the indicator has been going just slightly on the corn-shaped boilies, and that's of course because there's lots of small fish around, mild conditions, they're quite active, and they will pluck at it. I'm a great believer that a crowd attracts a crowd, so the fact that there might be small roach or whatever in the swim doesn't bother me at all, because I believe that those fish, once they get feeding, create a cloud disturbance, which they will in this water. It reacts very quickly and positively to feeding fish. That will in turn draw carp in. So I'm confident. Plans going so far. Even just those small fish on those corn-shaped boilies, that's good, because it shows that there are fish out there in my swim and they're starting to get active. Got a feisty one on here. This is the boilie, the 14mm M2 pop up. It's only a small fish, as most of them are in here, but just great fun really at this time of the year, certainly. You know, I think this might even be a tench. It's some distance out, I can't quite see at the moment, but might be a tench. It's kiting round. No, I'm in control. It's a tight swim, but I've got it sorted. No, it's a carp. It's a very small one though. The small ones sometimes go off, don't they? You think it's a monster at first. Anyway, let's net this and I'll show you it in a moment. And that's it. Just a small one, as I said, but very welcome. Starting to go there, dropping it down to the mat. Hold it up again. There you go. Let's get it back. Just important as well to bear in mind, keep low on the mat. Make sure you have got a mat as well, so that any event that the fish does flip like that, it's just inches away really from the ground. That's important. I've recast and I'm now down by the pod awaiting some more action. I think in all types of fishing there are various factors that contribute towards success, but if you were to push me to name one in terms of winter carp fishing, then I would say definitely location, because you can be in a spot where you've got the best tackle that money can buy, you've got the best bait that money can buy, you've got a fantastic rig, and you put it out there, everything's perfect, but if the carp aren't there, you're not going to catch them. It's obvious really, isn't it? When you think about it, it's an obvious statement to make, but it's true. If the fish aren't there, you're not going to catch them. And whilst in the summer, spring and autumn, fish will be more mobile, certainly on this lake. You can fish in any swim during the summer, and sooner or later the carp will come in. You've got enough feed out there, you can keep them and you can have a decent day. But winter's different, and this lake, although it's got trees all the way around it, this one particular bank I'm fishing has got overhanging trees, and so for me that's the location, that's where the carp will be. That's on my lobworm pop-up, just a little liner there, but for me that's the location, and so that's why I chose to fish this particular bank. It's more comfortable over the other side, it's not as comfortable here, but it's not about me, is it? It's not about us, the angler, it's actually about where are the fish, and so this is the place where the fish will be, and I've proved that been here already this winter and had a few commons, and of course back today. So that's an important tip, I would say, really, for winter carp fishing. Location. Work out where the fish are, find out where they're going to be, and then set up in that particular place. You saw that run there? Well, you saw the alarm there, is the result of it. Another small common. Certainly a good start to the session. When I caught that fish, I had to step out. There's a tree to the left of the swim. I had to step out onto that just to stop it from kiting around a little bit. No problem, I'm easily in control once I get the rod out from that particular point. But of course I was concentrating on the rod, wasn't looking where I was stepping, and I went into the water. So it's only shallow at the edge, but enough to get me wet. So I've got the rest of the day with a wet foot. If you're like me, that's just normal anyway. In fact, no, not a run. In fact, if I text my wife now and tell her what's happened, she'll probably say, "I'm not surprised," or "What's new," or something like that. In fact, shall I text her and see what her reply is? Well, I just had a text back from my wife. It wasn't what I said. She says, "Oh dear, not a good idea." And I texted her in reply and said, "You're supposed to say, 'I'm not surprised.'" But she did get back and said, "Well, I did think that," so she wasn't surprised really, and neither am I. And if you do the sort of fishing that I do, the sort of places that we fish in, the sort of swims and spots that we get ourselves into, then of course a foot in the water, or sometimes even worse, that's just part of the game, isn't it? So anyway, I've just had a few more little liners there. There's definitely fish out there, certainly carp, because I can now see the lake starting to cloud up. It's that sort of place where the activity of the feeding fish clouds the lake up. So brilliant. Going to get some more today. Fish number 3. This one was on the corn-shaped boilies. Seems a little bit better. Not big though, just bigger than the 2 previous ones, that's for sure. Only marginally so as well. It's a challenging swim, but I've said a few times, no compromise to fish welfare. That's important. It's just difficult for me really, this side. Anyway, that's coming in now nicely, ready to net it. Carp number 3, another common. Into another fish, and I've set the camera at a different angle so you can see the rod bending there. I've had a hook pull following the 3 I landed. You can see the rod there. It's performing well. But hopefully I'm going to land this one. This one's on the M2. 14mm popper. Nice pull there. Right, let's get this netted and I'll show it on the camera. Fish number 4. You saw my rod in action there, and there they are on the pod. They're Rock Classics 3-pound test curves, and whilst I'm not into the aesthetics of things too much, I do get a lot of comments about the slim blank and the cork handle in particular, and they're good rods. I've been fishing with them since the back end of last year, and they've performed well. They haven't let me down at all. Well, I say the back end of last year, time goes quickly. I think it was before then actually. But they are great rods, and if you go onto my my website, you'll see a link at the bottom for Rock Tackle, and if you're interested you can follow that through and check them out for yourself. But I'm certainly pleased with them, and they haven't let me down at all and have performed really well. The video comes to an end now. The fish are still out there, I can see them, those dark shapes beneath the surface. It's a shallow lake and I can see the fish out there, so I'm hopeful of landing another carp or two before I pack away. If you want to know how I get on in the rest of the session, and of course the ones to come, then check out the article that accompanies the video. You can find that in the description box here on YouTube. And I've got some sessions planned to venues that will be a lot tougher than this. In fact, we can categorise venues, can't we, in a very general way, and some are known as runs waters, others are known as very, very difficult places to fish. And for some of us, we like the challenge. We may put a number of sessions in, a number of hours in on a particular place for what is in effect, in terms of paper results, just a small feedback really, but we enjoy the challenge, and those are the venues that I've got coming up. So if you want to find out how I get on, then of course check out the article, and I'll see you next week. Tight lines.